also wanted to take you through tonight. I'm going to be making some keto burritos, and I'm going to be using my favorite ever keto tortilla recipes. They are simple, and they are by far the best tortilla replacement ever. They remind me of like authentic handmade tortillas, but I am not even hungry. Like, I'm still sipping on this raspberry lemonade, and like it just hit me that like I am not hungry at all. Like, they completely wipe out hunger. This is the way that I practice intermittent fasting. Like, this is how I wake up in the morning, drink this, and do not get hungry until lunchtime. Like, it is so effective for fighting hunger. So what I'll do is I'll probably make dinner, go get in my workout, and then it will be ready later on after my workout to have as like a post-workout meal for dinner time. Okay, so I'll take you through my tortilla recipe and then keto burritos. So in the food processor I have, and I will post, when I upload this to YouTube, I will always put the full recipe in the description box, but this is 96 grams of almond flour, 24 grams of coconut flour, a couple teaspoons of xanthan gum, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a quarter teaspoon of salt. I just kind of pulsed it around and got it all mixed. And then I will start the blender up, and I'm going to drizzle in a couple tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, a beaten egg, and a few tablespoons of water. And that's going to be my dough. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. So I drizzled in the apple cider vinegar, beaten egg, and water, and let it form a dough. And I wrapped it in cling wrap and kind of like squeezed it around like a stress ball for a minute or two. And now I'm gonna just set this ball into the fridge for about 10 minutes, and then I can take it out. And if you have a tortilla press, you can use that. I'm going to use a couple sheets of parchment and a rolling pin, and then I can fry them up and they'll be done. Since this tortilla recipe is going to make 8 tortillas, what I do is I take the ball and I cut it in half, and in half again, and then in half again, and in half again. And I've got 8 little equal sections that I'm going to roll into a ball and then press between 2 sheets of parchment and use a rolling pin to roll it out super thin. And then I will fry it for just like a few seconds on each side until they're done. And that is it for these things, and they're so awesome. I'll take you through the next couple of steps, and then I can just do like my ground beef, seasoned with taco seasoning, and make some nice burritos for dinner. So this is what it looks like after I have rolled it out between 2 pieces of parchment with a rolling pin. Yeah, not perfect circle, but really don't care. It's gonna be nice and thin, and I've got a nice hot pan ready to go. I'm gonna throw it down for only like 6 seconds on the first side and then quickly flip it. And then I can cook it like 30 to 40 seconds on each side until it's done and just has a few little brown char marks, but they're not going to cook as long as regular corn tortillas. How gorgeous the tortillas are. They're all done. So yeah, I do like the first side, I only throw them down for like 6 seconds, and then I flip it and I do about, I don't know, 30 seconds on each side until they look like this. And they're like nice and pliable. They're not eggy at all. There's only 1 egg in the whole batch. They're delicious, you guys. Like, I cannot wait to tear into one of these later after my workout. So now I'm going to just do the ground beef and get the fillings ready, and this will be ready to put together. To make my taco or burrito meat, and I use grass-fed ground beef, 1 pound. I browned it. And then I just stirred in a 3/4 cups of water and 1/4 cup of this stuff. I think it's so cool. You can buy taco seasoning in a shaker instead of buying little packets every time. And if you want to use it on other stuff too, it has 3 carbs, about 1 fiber, so only 2 carbs per serving. And I usually don't eat a full serving anyway. So I'm just gonna cook this down for about 10 minutes and let all of the liquid soak up, and it will be ready to load up into burritos. The reason that I choose grass-fed ground beef is because cows are supposed to eat grass, you guys. Cows that are fed corn in warehouses are sick cows, and who wants to eat a sick animal? So that is the whole theory behind grass-fed ground beef or grass-fed butter and things of that nature. Starting to bubble, so I'm going to turn it down, and then we'll just simmer away for about 10 minutes. Show you guys my sweet taco setup here. I've got black olives, tomatoes, shredded taco cheese, shredded lettuce, onions, and of course the Taco Bell mild sauce. So everything is ready to throw together now and make some keto burritos. I have not rolled them up yet, but I wanted you to see all the goodness inside. And that is the keto burrito. And yeah, I added some sour cream too with all the fixins I showed in my last clip.
So I can't wait to eat these.
Hey guys, I wanted to pop in really quick because I am going to make a really simple looking blueberry cream cheese muffin recipe that is keto and looks like so simple. So I just had to try it because I literally had about a cup of blueberries fresh from my aunt's North Carolina garden left, and that's exactly what the recipe needed. So it was fate, you guys. So I'll go over the ingredients really quick. They're super simple. So I've got some Eggland's Best eggs. I use them because they're higher in omegas, but any eggs will do. I'm going to be using some coconut flour, some baking powder, blueberries, sour cream, and almond extract. And that is it, you guys. I'll go through the steps with you really quick. I've got the oven preheated to 350, and I've got my cute little silicone muffin liners on a tray and greased up with a little coconut oil. And yeah, I'm about ready to go. So let's do it. So I've got my muffin liners greased up and my oven preheated. So I did a 1/4 cup of coconut flour, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and then I forgot to list this in the last clip, but I also need a 1/4 cup of sweetener. This is my favorite, you guys. It's called Lakanto Classic Monk Fruit, and it tastes just like sugar, bakes just like sugar, so that's what I did. Took a whisk, mixed it around, and then what I'm going to do is make like a little hole in the middle, crack my 3 eggs in there, whisk it around, add my sour cream, fold in my blueberries, and that is basically it. So I'll show you what the batter looks like when I'm done. There we go. I just folded in the blueberries. So yeah, the eggs, sour cream, almond extract. It's a teaspoon of almond extract, but it's all in there. I did taste the batter, and it tastes absolutely delicious. So I'm very hopeful for this recipe. And yeah, I'm going to pop these in the oven now. It's preheated to 350. It's at 20 to 25 minutes or until the tops are browned. But I'll let you know exactly how long that takes. So let's pop them in the muffin tins and get them in there and bake.
Hey guys, this is what they look like, and I actually had to pull out 2 more muffin liners because it was too much batter for 6. So I made 8, and they were really full, so you actually probably could make more if you want smaller muffins, but I thought, what the heck, let's just go with 8 and see how they come out. So I'm going to pop them in the oven now, and I will show you what the finished product looks like. The muffins are in the oven baking, but I wanted to share with you the macros because I thought they were really good for a muffin. I made 8 muffins, and I put it into Carb Manager in the recipe function, which I always do. It is awesome. You just put your whole batch in. You push the little plus sign in the top right-hand corner twice, and then hit recipe. You put in everything in your batch, and then you enter in how many servings you want to be. So I put 8 servings so that I could figure out the macros for each muffin. It's only like 63 calories, 3 net carbs, 3 fat, and 3 protein for 1 muffin, which is amazing. Like a 60-calorie muffin, that is, you know, pretty good. So might be able to squeeze 2 in. Anyway, just wanted to let you know we still have 12 minutes of the baking left, and I will share the finished product with you when they come out. Guys, here is the finished product of the blueberry sour cream muffins. I already had one. This is my kiddos, but I'm bringing it into her. They are phenomenal. They're not overly sweet. You can see they're like a nice muffin texture. They're not eggy or weird or anything like that for being keto. I've got a little bit of grass-fed Kerrygold butter on top. They're absolutely phenomenal. And for how easy they are, I totally recommend this recipe if you are a blueberry muffin lover.